So let's talk about being an INFJ. You see the world, you see people from inside out. September has come here in Austria. The light has changed and the year is aging. Inside myself, something has ripened. It's time to share my self-awareness journey. To talk about my life as an introverted intuitive, a mystic dreamer. I was always fascinated by the work of Carl Gustav Jung. I strive to understand the human soul, our inner depth, the hidden patterns of our personality. My conscious path of individuation began in my 20s. Now I am in the end 40s and have some gems to share. When you know who you are, how you're wired, everything becomes easier. You can embrace your purpose role in life. My leading function is Introverted Intuition. I'm a dreamer, deeply connected with soul space, close to my unconscious. I have a rich inner life, which is non-verbal, filled with concepts, pictures, atmosphere, the mystic. My dreams and visions are as present to me as the material world outside. Symbols like runes, the tarot, and other forms of pattern recognition come easy to me. I find my path in life intuitively. And I have spiritual resilience. Valuing beauty, creativity, and things which touch my soul. Those are some of my strengths. But I will also share my weaknesses and struggles as a mystic dreamer. Inertia, lack of initiative, dislike for the trivial, materialistic requirements in life. I will give advice for those who are the same type like me. How to live your full potential. Embracing your individual being, following your soul path. This is the process of individuation. It might take years, or maybe your whole life, but it's deeply fulfilling. So let's talk about being an INFJ or INFP in Socionics. The first thing I want to talk about is introversion. Because introversion and extroversion, there are many misconceptions about this. And there are different ways to define introversion. So what Carl Gustav Jung meant and what I mean with introversion is not being shy. I like to express myself and I like to dance in front of people, for example. I'm not shy, but what introversion really means is looking inside more, or needing to look inside more than being in contact with the outside world. Looking outside, recognizing the things around you, recognizing stuff around you, recognizing people around you. Introversion means, especially introverted intuition means, that I am very much and very often during the day, every day, in contact with my inner soul space. I call it inner soul space. Some other INFJs call it their inner wisdom, whatever words they use. Even if I go around outside when I'm in a restaurant with other people, you know, of course I also look other people's in the eye, I talk with them, I look how the surrounding is, but not so much. For example, when I go to a restaurant with my mother-in-law, she's an extroverted sensor. She has high extroverted sensing, and she always tells me, oh, look at this, look at that, and did you see this, and did you see how this person is dressed? Oh, and see this over there, and this color, and oh, did you see how this person walks, and did you see this painting, and this and that, and this and that? I don't function like this. I can live in an apartment and not know the color of the lamp next to my bed for weeks, for months. I don't look that much into the outside world, like, you know, this looking outside. When I'm with other people or taking a walk even in the forest, I look outside shortly and then I get in contact with my inner world, with my soul space. I dive into this space which is close to my subconscious, and the things from the outside world, they mix with inner visions, inner knowing, patterns I recognize within relationships, and it can be very abstract. It's not only pictures, it's not only like I see a picture in front of me. It's about atmosphere. It's about suddenly knowing what's up. It's about patterns. It's about relationships and dynamics with people within a group, and also on a larger scale, recognizing trends on a very non-verbal conceptual level. You get very easily into a trance state and are in contact with this inner knowing, with the transcendent, with underlying dynamics and patterns. You have this overview over time also, reaching into the past and into the future. INFJs, they also have a high spiritual resilience because I am in contact with this inner meaning, with this soul space, with this transcendent or the eternal. I have this spiritual resilience when something bad happens or my life doesn't go smooth. I go in contact with this inner world, with this inner knowing, and it gives me hope and it gives me comfort, and it also shows me the way. And in comparison to people with another introverted function, for example, Introverted thinking, those people are way more analytical. Those people, they have clear-cut categories and can usually talk in a very clear-cut way about their inner decision-making and about their inner world. But as an introverted intuitive, you see the world, you see people from inside out. It's receiving, it's getting impressions on a symbolic level, and to put it in words, to talk about it and to put it into categories, that's an extra step. So the first thing is this knowing without words. When you have high introverted intuition, you have typically low extroverted sensing, in general low sensing. We are not doers. It's not like doing things and jumping from task to task, being quick with doing and efficient with working. That's not my thing. I get drained when I have to focus too much on the outside world. I get drained when I have to do too many everyday tasks like doing my household or communicating with people a lot, being efficient. This drains me and this takes energy from me, extra energy, because it's not my preferred automatic way of functioning. Despite being detached from this, I have a very, and INFJs in general, have a very quick and intuitive way of evaluating situations. I feel a situation from inside out, like dynamics between people, trends and things happening. Therefore, you can foresee events. It's like keeping your nose into the wind and finding your way, finding the best opportunities. And those opportunities, they are not only like fantasies, it's like really finding your way, your place in life, and things that are good for you. Finding your niche, finding the right people who help you. And with this, I come to the next point. INFJs, their second strongest function is a feeling function. With the extroverted feeling, you can feel the atmosphere between people. What kind of person is this? You can easily adapt to group situations and you can find the right tone, to create harmony between people. You can make light-hearted jokes, you can use humor, but you also know, and that's where the introverted feeling comes in, you also know how to keep distance. You know which relationship, which situation needs which kind of psychological distance. With which people you are more intimate and which people you keep on a distance. It also means that you recognize if this is a friend or a foe. You recognize falsehood when someone holds something back. And then I know, okay, he's hiding something. He's not completely open. In group dynamics, I recognize hypocrisy, for example. I recognize spiritual abuse. When I go to a group, I immediately see the amount of falsehood, hypocrisy, or spiritual, mental, psychological abuse. I can distance myself from that. I don't put myself into situations which harm me. This I can see quickly and get out of those kind of situations. So this is one advantage you have as an INFJ. You also see which mood people are in, and you can comfort them, you can bridge the distance, things like this. Which is also the case for INFJs. Usually they care about their appearance and they find ways to dress elegantly, to make a good impression, because they are aware of social hierarchies. I'm very much aware of social hierarchies, and I know where, in which groups or in which situations I put my energy in to rise up. All four types who are in the so-called Beta Quadra, they are aware of social status. It's like ingrained in their personality. It's how they are wired. It's very important for them to find a place in life and in society which is respected, gives them opportunities. So all four types who are in the Beta Quadra. Each quadra consists of four types. And those quadras, they have different kinds of mentality, different kinds of values. Let's start with the weaknesses. Working consistently, efficiently, putting much energy into work, this is not my strength. INFJs, they are usually not made for the hardships. Ideally, they recognize those hardships before they happen and find a way out and around those hardships. Working hard is not our strength. And I'm also not good with practical day-to-day stuff. I mean, some things I can do. I like, for example, I like cooking and I like furnishing my apartment in a nice way. But other than that, cleaning this apartment on a regular basis, for example, it's like, okay, you cleaned it once and then 3 days later you have to clean again. That's not, it's horrible. It's horrible. These day-to-day tasks you have to do, it drains me. It's exhausting and I try to avoid them. Extroverted thinking, this is also a function which I'm not very good in. And this can lead to people thinking that I am less intelligent than I am. But this is not true, because as an INFJ you have quite good intellectuality. Like on an intellectual level, like going to university, studying was always easy for me. I easily think within abstract categories, but the practical thinking, this how things function, how to do this, that it functions like this, things like this, being efficient, the extroverted thinking process, this is something I'm not very good in. When I'm together with people who are good with this practical, technical stuff, people who are engineers, for example, they might think that I'm not very intelligent. This is the problem that many INFJs have. I'm also blonde with blue eyes, and some people, they put some stereotypes on me, like, not being capable, not being competent, not being intelligent. But this is not true. Another weakness of mine is that I become lazy, passive, and inert very easily. So if I don't have enough outside stimulation, or someone who pushes me a bit, or some things coming from the outside to me, I can be very, very inert, like lying in bed the whole day, literally, and just doing nothing. I need a partner or friends or people around me who are more active, who are more in contact with the external world, who are more extroverted, and who push me a little bit, who show me the world, who take me with them. And my partner, for example, he does this. When we travel together, then he's the one who's pushing forward, discovering things, and also with new projects. So that's very important for me to have him on my side who pushes me a little bit and who shows me things. And this I would recommend many INFJs. Finding someone, finding your dual, finding a person who is more extroverted, who is more active, who's more dominant, who can push you a bit and provide you also with the practical things you need. Finding this person like as a partner or as a friend or in a group of people, and connect with those people, because you as an INFJ, you have also things to give. And it's important to know your values. And this is the second advice I would give to INFJs. It's focus on your strengths and not on your weaknesses. I know that there are some MBTI schools who give the advice to focus on your weaknesses and to become better in those weak functions. I would not suggest that, because you can only become intermediate in those things. You will never excel, and it takes a lot of energy. Focus on your strengths, and your strengths are intuition, and your strength is also feeling, extroverted feeling and introverted feeling, usually also. Especially for those FE subtypes, it's important to focus on your feeling function, to win over the right people, to get to know the right people and to find the right environment where you can excel, where people value your being. Value your strengths and don't fall into the trap of trying to become someone else. When I was in my early 20s, I tried to become a person with high TE, high SE, like the manager type of person, the administrative type of person. I tried to become that, trying to become good with organizing, being extroverted, talking with people all the time, like tuck, 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 and organizing things. And this is not something which is beneficial for you. And I soon realized that I lose so much energy when I try to do this. When I try to become someone else, it's so bad for my health. I was tired all the time. It leads into burnout. So focus on your strengths. If I try to be a power woman, yeah, power, 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 working all the day and pushing and being dominant, it makes no sense, because this is not my archetype. It's like, and people realize this. If I try to be like this, I cannot embody it. Look at me. I cannot embody this. Find your role in life, find your purpose role, find your place in society and within relationships. That's very important. It's very important for me to work independently, in a self-sufficient way, in my own rhythm, following my own daily rhythm, but also the rhythm in the year, the rhythm of my body. That's very, very important, and not be in this tight corset of having to quickly, efficiently working like this and getting up at this time and doing tuck, 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 tuck. Yeah, these very tight time corsets, they are usually not good for INFJs. And with the years as an INFJ, you will develop a function which is not your strength, but it's also not a weakness. And this is TI, Introverted Thinking. With the years, you will become more intellectual. Once I got into my end 30s, early 40s, my intellectual capabilities, they got a boost. Not only that I can easily take in information, learning things and understanding things was always easy for me, also in my 20s and when I was a child. But when you get older, you can create your own systems. So for example, when I talk about spirituality, I create my own categories. When you're an introverted intuitive, a romantic dreamer, a psychospiritualist, it doesn't need to remain on this emotional dreaming state. With the years, you will see that your forecasts, your visions, and your understanding of the world becomes much more clear. So this clearness, it will develop over the years. And that's a big advantage you can use, especially when communicating your ideas, because people will respect you more when you are able to put your visions in clear-cut words and categories. At the end of my videos, I usually talk about the symbol of the video. And the symbol of this video is a tarot card. It's called the Aeon. I also have two other tarot cards which are connected with the INFJ. One card which is connected with intuition, and this is the High Priestess. I already talked about this tarot card in another video. I will link the video. You just go to the chapter where I talk about the symbol of the video, the High Priestess. The second card, which is connected with Introverted Intuition and the INFJ, is the Star. The Star is about vision. It's about cosmic intuition. It's about being a channel for insights, for wisdom, for knowing. It stands for being in contact with the spirit, with the universal intelligence. There you see the star goddess Nuit or Nut. And Nut will be also on this other card. So this star goddess Nuit or Nut, she holds two cups, a cup in each hand, and the cups, they represent this receiving insights, receiving vision, receiving wisdom. Being a channel between the sky and earth. And you see that here, the water which comes out of the cup, it becomes crystal. So this means that your insights, they crystallize, they can crystallize on earth. The insights you have, they are useful for your life. It's not only about fantasizing some things, you know, being head in the stars, but it's also about bringing your insights down to earth. Now I come to this card, the Aeon, is about vision also. It's about clear sight, the big picture, which reaches from the past into the future, so you can oversee big time spans. And with your intuition, you can also travel beyond time. You can use time for your advantage. Here you see again, this is Nut or Nuit, the goddess of the night sky. Her husband, her spouse, it's symbolized by this red fireball with the wings. The name of her spouse is Hadit. They have a son and he's called Horus. And Horus is two-folded. You see in the back this small figure, that's Horus as an adult. And this is Horus as a child. And I think this is very interesting because INFJs might appear like old souls. They are old souls very often, but they also appear childlike. And I know with my 48 years, I can appear childlike. INFJs, they have those two ages inside of them. As an INFJ, you easily see what's coherent, what's consistent. You can judge things very well. You see things on a holistic level, in a holistic way. You see it with your heart, you see it with your inner vision, you can analyze it, you can recognize and perceive the world, things, and other people from inside out. Thank you for listening.
Tides are flushing over the sands of time. Ties are made and broken. Who knows what's yours or mine? And who knows what made us shine? Thousands of words are spoken, thousands were left inside. But you knew that I knew, that you knew that I'd reply. And so we laid side by side. And how did you know to change my brass to gold and to release me with your timid soul? You were looking for the light, so I offered you warmth. Oh, but that wasn't enough, 'cause you wanted to see, you wanted to see. You were looking for the light, so I offered you warmth. Oh, but that wasn't enough, 'cause you wanted to see, you wanted to see. Hide your love well, my darling, in the corner of your smile, and show it to me seldom, to last me for a while. I know you'll do it